Hello everybody, this is Zoe from No Safer Place. Now, I've been gone for a little while, not long, probably most of you haven't even noticed, but for me, taking an almost 2-week-long break from social media and not posting or interacting at all was a huge thing for me. My physical health I seem to talk about a lot. I don't know why, but it seems to be more accepted that if you have a physical condition like I do with my heart conditions, it seems to be so much more accepted than if you talk about your mental health. I mean, the two for me are really connected, so if I'm struggling mentally, my physical side starts playing up, and if I'm struggling physically, it also gets me down, so my mental health starts playing up. I've never had to take a step back from social media before because social media has always been a break for me, a break from normal life where I can completely be myself around people that are really accepting and really fantastic, which the book community is. It is such a great place to be. Now, I have a lot of issues going on with my life, not just my disability, but I'm just really down about a lot of things at the moment, and the past 2 weeks it was really, really bad, so I needed to come away from everything because it was getting to the point where thinking every negative tweet was about me. I was misinterpreting messages from people, and I thought everyone was out to get me and everyone hated me, and my mental health was just completely spiraling, and social media was making it worse instead of better, which is a first for me. And the longer I was off, the happier I was becoming, which was really, really worrying me because this has always been my safe place and my place to come and vent and rant and meet loads of amazing new people. So it's been really, really hard for me to get back into it. I've just recorded a book haul, which is the first video I've actually filmed in about 3 weeks, and it was really scary, and I never thought that I'd be sitting here saying that recording was scary, because recording has always been fantastic for me and I love expressing my opinions, not just on books but about everything. So I thought I'd share with you a bit more about my mental health, because you all know so much about how I cope physically and what my life is like physically, and I feel like it's time to talk about this. So I was around 14 when I realised that I wasn't like other people. I didn't like going out. I liked staying at home with my mum. I liked being around my safe people, people that I felt could look after me and wouldn't let anything happen to me. I was scared to walk even 5 minutes on my own in case something happened to me. I used to have thoughts that someone would kidnap me, someone would rape me, all really irrational thoughts that really weren't very likely to happen, but when you're in that state of mind, you truly believe that anything is possible. So it was around 14 when I started getting those thoughts. They weren't really bad, they didn't really stop me from doing things, but the thoughts were always there. It was around 16 that it wasn't just anxiety anymore, it was depression. I'm really lucky that I have a super close relationship with my mum, and I was able to tell her almost instantly when I felt like I couldn't cope. And I think it was 8 weeks counselling that I had on the NHS. I was also put on antidepressants, something that they really weren't happy with doing because I was at such a young age at that point. But they could tell that I just wasn't coping, something needed to be done. So I went to counselling and I was put on antidepressants. The counselling, I have to say, was incredible. I know that it doesn't work for everyone, but there was something so refreshing to me to just be able to sit and talk to someone completely unbiased, someone that doesn't know your life, doesn't judge you for what you say. I know this sounds silly, but they don't really care about you, which is a really refreshing thing, because you don't have to be worried that they might not like you, or you might never see them again, or you might upset them, because they don't care, which I found really great and really helped me. The first 2 sessions, I just remember crying the entire time. There was a few minutes where I'd speak, but the majority of the hour I would just sit there and cry. I don't know why that helps so much, but sometimes crying to someone that has no idea why you're crying is brilliant. So I did those sessions. I came off antidepressants after about a year, I think, and I was doing okay. But when I was 17, that was when I got my heart condition and my POTS started playing up. My life changed drastically. At the time, I was just about to do my driving test. I had a really good job. I was a dental nurse and I'd nearly finished my training, so everything was going really well. And then my heart condition came and just everything changed. All of my hard work with my anxiety and my depression just came falling down. So I had 2 heart operations at the same time I was taking antidepressants again because life had just become too much. I wasn't offered counselling on the NHS and I couldn't afford it because obviously private sessions are very expensive. So I tried some home therapies, I tried meditation, I tried books like Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. I tried every single avenue, but nothing seemed to work that well. I actually stopped taking antidepressants when I met my now husband. So we've been together nearly 4 years. So I think I must have been 20 when I came off my antidepressants, which was fantastic. And obviously I was euphoric with him. We were madly in love. It was all so new, so exciting. I'd never really had a real boyfriend before. So I thought I was cured. Also, I didn't know whether to discuss this in this video, but the majority of the time from about 16 I was self-harming. I know people find this really hard to talk about. If I'm with someone I love, I could talk about this for hours because it's something I'm very comfortable with talking about now. But it's a scary thing to tell you guys. Self-harm, especially when I got diagnosed with my heart conditions and I lost really all control of my body and lost control of so many things that I used to do in life but now couldn't. Self-harm is the one thing that I always had control over and felt like I was the one with the power. So I did it a lot. Even the antidepressants didn't stop me doing that. I don't think for me that it was part of being depressed. I just think for me it was part of feeling in control. I don't know if I'm very naive in saying that, but even now that I'm relatively okay and only have a few breakdowns every now and then, nowhere near as often as I used to, I still struggle with the thought of wanting to self-harm every day. Even if something tiny happens, if I drop a plate on the floor, or if something massive happens, or when something massive happens, like when I was told I couldn't work anymore. It doesn't matter what it is, that always helped me. And it's only now I look back with a rational frame of mind that I realise how wrong I was. It doesn't help. It doesn't give you control. If anything, you are giving the self-harm control over you, the opposite of what you're trying to do, and it doesn't help. It doesn't make things better. I still struggle with it because for me it became more of a habit, like biting your nails. You know how difficult it is to stop that? That's how I felt with that because I was so used to it. So I think that's why I think about it every day now, but I know logically that it was never helping. It is not the best thing to do in any situation. You will gain nothing from it. So if I can just stress one thing in this video, please don't do that. And if you are doing that, please seek help. I have spoke to the Samaritans by text because they offer text advice now so many times in the past few years. They have been incredible. Again, someone there that you can just talk to, again, just wants to know about you and how you're feeling. It's just really lovely. I'm really awful with phone calls. Phone calls are something that give me really bad anxiety. Being able to text or email is something that I really appreciate. So I was with my husband, came off antidepressants, then last April I was told that I couldn't work anymore. I had to give up my vocation in childcare, which obviously sent me spiralling. I applied for counselling and CBT. I got given them both instantly, but I was unable to leave my house at the time because my anxiety was so bad, so I didn't end up going, which is my biggest regret because I would probably be in a totally different place now mentally if I'd have just gone out there and done it. So I didn't go to that counselling. I was actually doing okay. The next kind of 6 months, even into the new year, I was doing okay. I mean, I was still struggling a little bit because obviously I'm stuck at home, not being able to work a proper job, giving up my vocation. I don't think I'll ever be used to that. But I'm not sure what happened. Just something 2 weeks ago just flipped in my head and I just needed to get away from everything. And sometimes you just need that break and you come back bigger and better than ever. I didn't know if I was going to return because, as I said, I really started to like the idea of not doing videos and not blogging. But as soon as I've started again, I realise how much I love it and how much it helps me, and the support I get from you guys is just incredible. And even if my story helps just one person Go and speak to someone, whether it be a friend or their mum or a counsellor, just anyone. If you're feeling low, do not be scared to talk to someone. There's always going to be someone there, whether it's not a family member or a friend. If it's just someone from Samaritans, they care about you and they can help you if you need it. And the same goes for me. If any of you want to speak to me, you can always email me, you can always message me, you can always tweet me, because I would never want anyone to feel like they had no one. I just thought I'd post this video today because mental health is something that has always been really important to me, that I have always been really frightened to talk about to everyone. I've always been frightened to talk about by video because it just feels that slightly more personal. So I hope this has helped someone today. Remember, I am always here if you need a chat. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you. Bye.